Hello, friends. Susan Axelrod here, the Confidence Coach. Welcome to the Confidence Zone. Today, we are talking destiny, yours. In 2004, I had been already working with philanthropic donors for many years in my career. And I came up with a tagline at that time. What will your legacy be? Almost 20 years ago. In those days, I had a business card made up, cream stock, black font with a pretty kind of script that had one single question on it. No name, no business contact, one single question. What will your legacy be? And I had those cards laminated and I made so many of them. And then I just gave them out to people. I gave them out to people on an airplane. I gave them out to people at conferences. I gave them out to people in personal conversations. I just gave them out to anybody who would accept one so that I could encourage people to actually think and activate on their legacy. What will your legacy be? Sometime after that, my dear friend Eileen said to me, you should get that domain name. And I said, what's a domain name? And she said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it for you. It seems ridiculous now, but that's the truth. And my dear friend bought me the URL, whatwillyourlegacybe.com. From that time to this, I have since had it changed over to me so that I own the domain name. She bought it as a gift for me. I have bought many domain names as gifts for others because of her role modeling of that and how profound that was for me. All the years from then till now, I've done different things. My life has grown and evolved. My business has grown and evolved. My work has grown and evolved. I've had different titles. I've had great impact. But all this time, I kept the domain name for my website, whatwillyourlegacybe.com. In those days, I was a fundraising consultant. I became a fundraising coach. And as you very well know, I have grown my second half as a life coach, or as I call myself, a confidence coach. But underlying everything I do is a single activating thought. What will your legacy be? How do you want to be remembered? And my corollary question, how will you be remembered? And the way you live your life is how you cross that bridge from how you want to be remembered to how you will be remembered. So if you follow me, if you listen to my podcasts, you know that a few months ago, I was introduced to someone who would become a new friend and now partner. Bert Foreman and I are launching a new podcast together this Thursday called The Destiny Podcast. I met Bert through his work in Voices 19, a beautiful book honoring and commemorating 19 people whom we lost to COVID. One of them was Vince Foreman, Bert's brother. In my conversations with Bert, inviting him to my podcast, speaking with him on my podcast, the subject of destiny came up. He had thought a lot about it. He had said, had Vince done everything he was what? Destined to do before his untimely passing? And Bert asked himself this question. And then I came along in his life with the systems in place and the structure, part of my intuitive business system, to support his own thinking about his question. Have I, in fact, done everything that I am destined to do in my lifetime? And what is that? What are those things? What is my destiny? And so since he and I have been having these conversations, I have moved up from legacy to destiny, and we are creating the Destiny Podcast Friends. I hope that you'll join us on Thursday. We have many episodes that we are going to offer you, and we are going to have guests, invited guests, talking about their destiny and how they have seen and begun to live up to their destiny. For our podcast, I created the Destiny Charge of simple 3-step process. Show up, step in, act now. You'll be hearing about this every day, friends. The Destiny Charge, yours. What is your destiny? What is your charge? What is it that you can do? We are once again at an absolutely pivotal time in history. We are at a time when voice needs to turn into actions. That's what I call destiny. What is it that you can do? What are you destined to do? What role can you play at this time in the history of our world? A time when rights are being stripped, eyes are being opened, and change needs to happen. What is your destiny? What will your legacy be? I'll be talking about this every day this week, friends. I'm going to repeat myself repeatedly because I cannot think of anything more important right now than showing up, stepping in, and acting now. What will your legacy be? What is your destiny? I'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments. I want to hear about you, your work, your impact, your thoughts. I want your comments, and Bert and I want to have a conversation with you. So stay tuned for the posting of when our podcast discussion will be live. Take care, friends.